This is how you produce an image of yourself. Not the sort of image that you present to others on social media, but an image of what's in your mind, an image that will help you know yourself more and also help you communicate with other people. I find it helps if you start and make a framework on the paper. That's because there's loads of aspects of yourself that could emerge, and not all of them will actually be you all of the time. It's not easy being faced with a blank sheet of paper, so get some colours, get some poster paints or watercolours or inks and splodge them all over. This will help liberate your playful self, which will need liberating. So here are my playful splodges done on a massive bit of wallpaper. I chose to stick to the squares, but you needn't. You could flow over, you could go with the flow of the colours. So these are the rules I followed. I examined the splodges very carefully and see if I can find the pictures hiding within. For example, I saw a splashing wave in the violet blue middle square. Also, don't use a pencil. Don't erase any marks that you make. You have to remember that there can be no mistakes, only happy accidents. So if you rapidly draw each emerging picture and you use a pen, and you draw without conscious thought and without a prior plan. So that's the aim. And finally, once you've done it, go back and look at your picture, accept the image that has appeared and give it a title. One word is ideal. Title it with one word. So let's go on and see what I produced following these rules. Well, this was the first image that emerged in my mind from the splodges, looking at the splodges. So it surprised me, but I went with it. Next thing was this happy little fish leapt up at me. So looking at this brown curvy splodge, it seemed to metamorphose in my own mind into my saxophone. So there it is. Now this one was interesting. I spent a long time changing this image and thinking about it as I kept on seeing new shapes in the colours and they all seemed jumbled up together. I would never have drawn this without tapping into my unconscious. I would never have drawn it in this way. Now this image just doodled past me and I let it doodle. I loved it. But it's simple. The darkness of this cityscape surprised me. I don't know where it came from, so I spent some time looking at it to try and understand it. Here I found myself accidentally breaking my own rules. I became less playful and instead started thinking about what the final image would look like. Sometimes it's hard to keep on being playful. Now here I was pleased because I was relaxing into art again. These trees have surrounded me throughout the pandemic and I was surprised when I finished the drawing that I'd made their trunks pink. And here is my splashy wave. As well as being really scary, the ocean, the restless ocean, the sea, often feels like ecstasy to me. The pale pink background of this square made me see all my sisters together as children. I picked up my pen and drew it. The blue rain at the bottom of this picture reminded me of a road trip. But here again, I've broken my own rules. I've stopped going with the flow because I became interested in the shape and the construction of the bicycles. So although I'm okay with this picture, I know I need to relax again and focus on the image that's already on the paper rather than trying to create my own image. Well, this is me relaxed again, and actually I didn't realise how stressful I found my past work until I stared at the paper and this image just popped out of it. This bright pink has helped me. These mates in the picture, they're totally unplanned and authentic. They just emerged holding hands. And this final picture, well, this bookcase is what I can see when I look up. And so it emerged unplanned from the brown lines on the page. I looked up and this is what I saw. And this, I decided, had to be the final one. And this is the final whole picture pinned on my corkboard. And most of it has truly come from my unconscious mind. So I've learnt loads from doing it. And I've had to leave some blank spaces because nothing has come from them. So maybe I shall fill them in the future. I don't know. But I found I could keep on redirecting my thoughts every time I started to plan too much and think about the image I was presenting. Every time I did that, I found that what I could do was, by focusing on the paper and the colours, I could find myself back in the playful zone again and be producing art rather than just an image to show off. So this was an experiment in painting done for the Armchair Painting Group. I hope you feel inspired to have a go at doing something similar yourself.